It's Favorites with Laura coming.
Hello favorites, I'm going to show you a little bit of resin art today with nail foils. Stay tuned. Okay, I wanted to try this out. I'm going to use some resin. These are some little silicone molds I bought from Temu some time ago. And they're like pendant shape sized. And I don't know which one I'm going to use. I think, I don't have the price on there either. But I bought them a while ago and it came in a set of 4. And I like kind of like this heart or, you know, the little teardrop kind of one and the square one. So we're going to just try something out. I've never done this before. I watched a ton of other videos. Now I've done resin art like this in silicone before myself, but I have never tried this other technique that's going to come further down in the video. And you're going to find out that I kind of have a blooper here, but then the end product with something I did here is I'm so happy with. I'm going to make various designs from it. So, oops, I got to take the lid off. So this is my UV resin that I'm using. And I don't know why I don't have the label on the bottle. I think this was a refill from a larger bottle. So I'm going to pour a thin layer in here. It's not going to be real thick, even though these little silicone molds do have a thicker base. I could make it really chunky. But to start out, that's my dog shaking in the background. Sorry for that noise. But yeah, so I'm going to do it just like this with a little thin layer. And then I'm going to put it under the UV light, put it in the square one as well. And you're going to see what I'm going to do. I'm going to use nail foils for my design. Now, I had seen a couple other YouTubers do it, or maybe it was on TikTok. I don't even remember anymore. Might have even been Facebook, to be honest. I watch so many, so I get a lot of different perspectives. Now this is my little butane kind of lighter, and you want to be careful with this. I did burn the silicone a little bit. You don't need the flame that big. I use it just to pop the bubbles, so I don't have any air bubbles in my product. I should not have let that smoke, but don't do that. Don't follow what I did there. I use it, if you do use a lighter to pop your bubbles, then make sure the flame is really low. And I'm going to put this on for 3 minutes under my UV light, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that cured enough for us to get to the next step. You're going to see me pop these out of here. And this silicone mold had like a little piece of silicone in the middle that helps keep the opening. I don't normally use that because I have a little mini drill that I just drilled. Look how clear that came out. That was fantastic. So I'm just popping these out. You can see they're really thin and they're concave a little bit, so I don't have the, you know, the buildup on the outside, but we're going to be able to get there. And I'll show you. So right where my flame hit the silicone mold, it kind of melted, but I'm able to use my little cutter knife and kind of just shave that off, and it won't matter. These are bloopers. I'm just kind of showing you the real life experiment with this, and we're going to get to a product that actually works out. So I did put it under the UV light for a little bit more after I pulled it out of the silicone. Now I'm going to do a dome, they call it, and kind of fill in the concave area. And I'm doing this because this is also how I'm going to get my nail wrap, my nail foils to adhere to this. Okay, so I'm sped it up through here so you don't have to watch paint dry, basically. I put it on the square one. And now I have so many nail foils. I use them on polymer clay at times, but I have like this boho style. I have these floral ones that are really pretty too. And we're kind of experimenting. I know these are not going to be like a sellable product, but I just wanted to show you how easy this can go and how you can use your nail foils. So I'm going to pick out design here. I think it has like a peacock or the part of a peacock in this paisley kind of look print, and you just cut off enough that you need for your piece that you're going to adhere it to. And so you can see the shiny part is facing up to us at the camera, and that's the part that's going to be facing up when you lay it on it too, because the sticky part is on the other side. It's not sticky, but that's the image you want to show. So we're going to clip that. I wanted to try to catch part of the peacock head or that paisley part in the middle there. So we're going to lay that on the heart here. And I'm going to move it aside so this doesn't stick to the other piece, because remember I have resin down that's not cured yet. And I'm going to tap it lightly so it doesn't push the resin out over the edge. And we're going to do that with the other piece as well. Okay, I'm going to pick a different pattern for that other one. I kind of sped up through this part too. I kind of like this design here. It's kind of got an orange and brown. Again, another boho kind of look. And we're going to lay that on there and make sure it's all... I'm basically tapping to get any kind of air bubbles and make sure that the whole piece is adhered evenly going across that pendant piece. And then we're going to UV light it again. Now here we are, and it's been under the UV light for at least 3 minutes. Sometimes I just put it on a couple more times. And you can see how clear it is on the other side. And you just peel it off. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I love it. Now these are not perfect, but oh my gosh, is that not cool? And then I am gonna do the UV on the other side, and just because it is clear, so the UV light will continue to cure that. I want it fully cured. Let's pull this one up. This one has that little peacock head in the middle, and it comes right off. Look how beautiful that is. I could not believe how easy this was. So this is definitely something I'm going to do more of. Okay, so I'm putting those two aside, and I had these little, oh gosh, what are they called? These little metal empty bales. There's a name for them. Sorry, I'm totally drawing a blank. But I had put a clear coat of UV resin in the middle of it and put it under the light. So those are already done. I kind of just skipped forward to that. I didn't have that on camera. And I'm going to use some UV to put on the other nail foil that I want to put on here. Wait till you see the pattern I used. So I use a little silicone tip here to kind of spread it out evenly and make sure there's no bubbles. And we're going to just bring it all the way to the edge of each piece. Let's see that right there. I probably play with it a little too long. I'm going to speed up a little bit. Yeah, so I just make sure it's all pushed all the way. If you ever need any more to dome this, you can add a little bit more, and just kind of push it all the way, make sure there's no bubbles. And then next I'm going to get out the nail foils that I'm going to use for these earrings. Now these are definitely going to be drop earrings, and I think that at this point I'm not sure how I'm going to do it 100%. Kind of go with me on this. So I have these larger plaid ones and the smaller black and white ones, and I kind of think because it's a smaller earring, I'm going to use the smaller printed ones here. So we're going to go with the black and white, and we're going to put that on because these are silver framed drops, and we're going to cut out just a piece for each one. And like before, we're going to just tap it down so that it doesn't overflow, but that it adheres 100%. And it kind of just sucked it in. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it just pulled it all down and seems to adhere really, really well. It's kind of like a static cling suction kind of effect. And these just worked so well. And push it down just to be sure. And then we're going to put it back under the UV light one time on top like this, even though it's not really clear. I'm just going to do that to kind of quickly set it up, and then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to do the bottom, and that's where it's going to get mostly cured because it is a clear resin from the bottom, and it should, and we're going to put 3 minutes on that. Now we're done. We're going to pull this off, and look at that. Oh, I just love that look. Oh my gosh. Now the print came off a little bit, but I used my sharp edge knife and I just am able to trim that up so easily. It just comes right off. I love this new technique. I cannot believe I have all these nail foils. I'm gonna have so much fun. And I started with my scissors, but really my sharp edge that I used to cut with my polymer clay worked way better. And so we'll get that all tidied up and I'll be right back. Okay, so then the next thing I'm gonna do here is I'm going to put a little UV resin just around this whole earring, just around the whole thing, okay? Don't worry about it. It's on silicone mat. It'll peel right up. If you have that heat resistant tape, you can stick it down on that. If you don't have a silicone, and I have these rhinestone chains that I have cut. I'm gonna zoom in on this for a second. Okay, so I just take my silicone tip and I'm just pushing it into that resin that I just poured all the way around these earrings. And I'm gonna wrap this earring with the rhinestone chain that I have. And I have them on all different colors. I bought those from Temu too last year. And I just tap, 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 make sure it lays flat. I also thought about facing the rhinestones outward and having the silver show on the side here, but I decided to go this way. But you know, there's different ways you can do this. There's no one right way. It's creativity. You follow your instincts and what you feel like you want to create. And then I'm going to put a layer of resin, UV resin on top, and just pushing it out to the edge here. Not so much to cover up the rhinestones, but really just to connect it to the earring on the top portion. Because remember, it's laying in resin next to the earring on the bottom. And then eventually we will put another layer of resin on the back. So every time I use this resin, I'm doing it with a really thin layer. Okay, so I'm just pulling it out so that it's very even, no bubbles, and tapping those in. And those rhinestones sit nicely into the resin. They don't move or wiggle. It's perfect. Now we're going to do the same thing for the other side. Pour a line of resin all the way around this earring. I guess I could have laid resin all the way, but I like to do it this way because that way I know the resin is adhering to the earring piece. And we're just going to push this rhinestone chain into place. Oh my gosh, doesn't that look so cool? I love it when something comes together like this, and I just can't wait to show you the very end here. So I kind of fast forward through this part, but I pull it out just like I did with the other. I use my tip to pull the resin out towards the edges. I'm going to use my UV light here. We're going to let it cure up for 3 more minutes, and then I'm going to flip this. I believe that's what I'm doing. It peels right off. It's easier to peel off when you kind of can lift the silicone mat and kind of peel away the mat from the earrings. So you go like that and it pops right up. See that? Oh my gosh. And again, the edges might be a little rough, but I use my little sharp edge knife and trim it up when I'm all done. We're going to get another cure to the back, and then here's my sharp edge. And I just kind of like shave it down a little bit. Can't even tell because it's so thin. But that little knife works so well. That's a polymer clay cutter. And then here is the final product. I did it on both sides. Tell me what you think. And here we go. Aren't those so pretty? Oh my gosh. I loved how they came out. I can't wait to make more and so many more colors and sets. And I just thought those look kind of chic to me and modern. So let me know what you think. If you like this video, remember you can subscribe. It's totally free. Like it, share it, hype it, do all the good things. I appreciate you, and I'll see you again real soon. Thank you.
It's Favorites with Laura. Come and see. Hauls and reviews and unboxing with me. We open, we swatch, we try, and we share.